your boy 18 Albatross here again with the Cypher Unlimited crew. We have our usual suspects of AD or Alpha Dean. We have Spigs18 or Anthony. And just as a quick reminder, if you haven't already, be sure to follow and subscribe on both Twitch and YouTube. It'll really help our channel out. But Dean, what are we doing here tonight?
Hey, we're here to have some fun tonight. Tonight is a special night. It is a Thursday night. We normally only run on Wednesdays. So I'm going to introduce everything basically real simple. We're here to have an actual play of Claim the Sky with none other than Sean K. Reynolds, where our special guest player over there, Erik Frankhouse. Erik, you want to say hello to everybody? You know, tell them who you are right quick.
Hey, look, 2 days in a row. It's like I'm part of the CU cast.
Nice, nice. And, you know, Sean really doesn't need an introduction, but we're going to let him tell you guys a few things if he wants to tell you anything. Sean?
Sean K. Reynolds. I've been a designer for 25 years on D&D and Pathfinder and Numera and Subsystem. And tonight we're going to play some supers using some of the supers rules I wrote for Claim the Sky. And it'll have a little bit of horror using some of the horror rules from Stay Alive.
Ooh, oh, that sounds good. Yeah. Anthony.
First off, before we even get into this, I'm super excited for this. This is going to be awesome. We're going to have Claim the Sky and Stay Alive, two of my favorite books combined together. And one of my favorite people outside of my CU brothers, Erik, here as well, to get to enjoy the experience. So I'm super excited for this. So I'm going to break down into my character. I was given, first of all, it's Something Rotten in Central Park is the adventure that,
yes.
Or is it, yeah, Something Rotten in Central Park is it the wonderful adventure that Sean is going to run us through. And we sent out a call out to all members of the CU community to give us concepts or superheroes that we could base our characters on. And I wound up with Beast Boy, which was awesome. So my character's name is Alejandro Gomez, and his superhero name is El Animal. And my sentence is, I'm an incredible explorer, template shapeshifter that takes animal shape. He's in his young 20s. He has all green skin. He has feathered hair like a bird, reptilian eyes, and a 5-foot tail. Long story short, he was a young animal activist that went into a rainforest because he heard that they were doing some animal testing to only find out that it was a illegal super soldier serum laboratory. It blew up. He was the only survivor, and now he has animal powers.
Nice.
Nice. And let's go to Erik, the guest.
Hey, everybody. I'm going to be playing Neurostar, an infamous lantern who sculpts hard light. He is an alien from quite some distance away. He is here looking for refuge and just away from his planet after some pretty horrible things have happened. Other than that, I don't want to give too much away. I got something fun I'm doing with this character.
Dean, what are you playing today?
So my character is based on a character from a book that I liked, you know, TV show I don't like, but it's The Wheel of Time. The character is Randall Thor. So I went with the slant that, you know, just from the books like it was, he was foretold in a prophecy. So my character sentence is Paradigm is an uncanny explorer who was foretold. I used a little bit of magic flavor to get, you know, a couple of the abilities that I needed to, you know, flesh him out, make him more well-rounded. Very simply, you know, my character has no other name. He looks strange. He has these opaque iridescent eyes that have no pupils whatsoever. And, you know, depending on the angle that you look at him at, you might catch a iridescent halo around his head, you know, around the back of his head, you know, like a, you know, but it just depends on, you have to catch it at the right angle. And, you know, basic story, you know, it's the same thing, you know, it is written when the shapers of the universe forged the galaxies, that they placed within the collective of man the ability to tap into the primordial forces of the universe, of creation. And he is the one who is perceived to be that. And he calls himself the Paradigm.
Sounds cool. Al.
I guess that leaves me. My backstory pretty simple compared to y'all. I'm Boundless Bunny. I am a mighty warrior who needs no weapon. I'm basically just an anthropomorphic bunny alien from another planet, visiting Earth, basically as a visitor or I guess emissary, like a diplomat of some sort, just sent to help out where I can, and yeah, I'm a relatively young, version or person in my species, so still learning the ropes of being a hero. Haven't been on Earth for too long. My character's based off Superman. It's Captain Carrot, actually. And the suggestion was made by Omen Owl. Thank you for that. I really, really love the suggestion. So yeah, Boundless Bunny is my iteration of a Captain Carrot. And yeah, that's basically it.
All right, Sean, I think all the introductions are out of the way. So we're going to let you take over and hopefully you don't TPK to see you and Erik.
Well, you can kill Anthony. Just let the rest of us.
Cool. All right, I'm going to hand out some subtle ciphers to everybody.
All
right.
Oh, boy.
Erik,
Yep.
You get a level 7 enduring shield, which is for the next day. You have an asset on speed defense.
Okay.
You get a level 6 curative, which adds 6 points to your might pool. And you get a level 6 motion sensor, which lasts for 6 hours, and you would know when any movement occurs within short range and within long range for very large objects. I'm seeing that as an aspect of your kind of.
And how many hours did you say that one lasted? 6 hours as well? 6 hours? Cool. That's what I thought.
I'm seeing that as an aspect of your kind of like your powers, where you're just kind of like sending out little echo sort of stuff.
Yup.
And Dean Paradigm has an intellect booster, which is level 4. It adds 1 to your intellect edge for an hour. You also have a level 6 secret, so you can ask me one question and get a general answer.
Ooh.
And what level was the intellect booster?
6.
Okay.
El Animal, you have a level 4 burst of speed, which means for 1 minute you can move a long distance instead of a short distance. And a level 4 reflex enhancer. So all dexterity-based tasks are used by 2 steps for 1 hour. And Boundless Bunny. You get a level 4 effort enhancer, non-combat. So it's a free level of effort on a non-combat task.
Yep.
And just doing that. That seems appropriate. And an effort enhancer for combat.
Okay, what level is that one?
5.
Gotcha. And then a combat effort enhancer. Okay. Perfect.
Sorry, the non-combat one is 4, the combat one is 5.
Yep. I got that. Yep. Thank you. Perfect.
All my little tabs. All right, so the 4 of you are a B-list super team in New York City. Less well known than the Sensational 7 or the Ultimate 5 or the Omicron Guard, but still recognizable. You get asked for autographs when you go out in the city, especially as a couple of you are quite obviously super people. One of them is a 6-foot-tall anthropomorphic bunny, and the other one is a guy with a halo and glowing eyes. The other two can. And El Animal is green and has a tail, and so yeah, it's very non-human looking super team.
Here we call ourselves the regulators.
The regulators.
No.
He just he swooped in and
Why did we let him name stuff?
On this particular evening, you have just finished having dinner at your local favorite shawarma restaurant near Central Park. And after signing a few autographs on the sidewalk, after you've exited the restaurant, you decide to just take a stroll through Central Park as the sun is going down. It's a very scenic time of the night. It's a nice late September evening, so it's, you know, warm but not grossly warm. And you hear off in the distance, deeper into Central Park, a weird sort of crackling noise. And there's just a sense of a burst of air pressure that kind of like rolls over you. And a few moments after that, you hear people off in the distance making sounds of surprise and alarm.
Do you hear that, fellas?
Right before this burst, you know, like we heard this loud sound, I was literally like bouncing around Neurostar going, you know, that's totally messed up to order the hair venison, the hair stew, you know, with Bunny around. That is really, really rude.
In every planet, people are food. There's nothing wrong with eating it. He didn't have to eat it. It's fine.
You could have ate his cousin. As we
His
hear,
cousin does not live here.
All right. I pat both their backs as we're walking. Again, this is before the little event happened, so we're not really alarmed. I say, friends, I'm definitely not as weak as the creature he has consumed, so do not fret. And we continue walking along.
You would have a hard time chewing on the flesh of Boundless Bunny, let's just say.
Yeah, armor 7.
armor
Yeah, I'm
3.
not eating that today.
And I look over at both of them and go, you do realize he's a 6-foot bunny, and that was probably a half a pound of,
Exactly.
bunny. So it's really not
Exactly.
a big deal.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
you shouldn't eat animal meat anyway.
And then
That's why I'm on Earth.
and then that thing happened, right? I say, friends, did you feel that as well? Note the cries, and I like put a hand to my big ear, and I guess I'm hearing the people like alarmed or whatever have you.
Do we see what direction everyone's running from? Either running, the
You
direction.
don't see anybody running just yet, but you know, the sound is that way.
And we'll head that way.
And Central Park, you know, at least the last time I was there, has a lot of tree cover and stuff and a lot of winding paths. So there, you're not in a spot where it's like the big open field.
Gotcha.
Just a lot of trees and obstacles blocking your stuff.
You see, you see that El Animan he had on like a North Face. He pulls it off, and it's just a T-shirt with the Alvin. Like he doesn't have a superhero outfit. He just basically buys the Alvin and the Chipmunk shirt that has the big A on it.
Jesus.
And he looks at Paradigm and goes, surveillance, and I'm turning into a bird and shooting up.
If that's what he's doing, if I can, I'd love to fly and follow him. I usually follow suit. I usually don't take the forefront. I've been a little over anxious when I first got to Earth and caused some problems. So I tend to follow the lead here. So yeah, if I see him turn into a bird and fly up and say surveillance, I do have 1 power shift in flight. So depending on how far I fly, I should be able to follow him.
Is there anyone who can't
For
fly?
those that don't know, I'm using my ability. It costs 3, but I have 2 edge, so it's only costing me 1 on my intellect.
I don't fly.
You know, I'm gonna put a hard light shield around him and drag him with us to the sky.
Okay.
We shoot up.
You maybe just like a big hook.
Yeah. Well,
Look at the back of his
I wrap
shirt.
him in chains and just pull him with me.
All right, so
I'm trying to clear the trees,
right.
so I could get a overhead view.
So El Animal and Boundless Bunny fly up overhead, and you see off in that direction, there is kind of a weird, pale, flickering glow in part of Central Park. But it's in the area where there's a lot of tree cover still, so there's not a good line of sight to what's going on at the ground. But now that you're flying up there, you are getting a more clear sense of there are people, you're kind of hearing like, so what's that? Oh my God, run! And then some people are, just cursing and you actually also hear gunfire.
Oh, we hear.
Couldn't be New York without it.
That's a regular Wednesday night.
Yeah.
But if
Church Sunday, gunshots.
if we hear gunfire for sure, I make it urgent. It sounds like people are in danger below, and I point to the lights that we had seen.
Funny,
you know,
it's just another night.
I'm like a pigeon, and I look at them and just go chirp, 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 and I haven't used my ability to be able to transfer my voice, and I just follow over in the same direction he's flying into.
So this weird kind of pale glow is expanding. Like when you first got to look at it, maybe it was 20, 30 feet across, but about 10 seconds later, it's about 40 feet across, growing 50 feet across.
Is it doing anything to
my
the objects
character-
that it's touching?
Right now, all you can really tell is that there is a glow that's coming up and illuminating this, now that it's twilight and approaching night, this part of the park, and you're just seeing the light come up through the trees.
Can I use a combination of my perception pool and the fact that I'm, trained in the hyper or paranormal ideas of the, universe? Could I do, try to discern what we're looking at?
Yeah, why don't you make an intellect-based roll? And you can apply your perception or paranormal.
All right. I wrote an 18 on the die.
Nice. Okay, you think this is something that's definitely magical, and you suspect that it is related to trans-dimensional energy.
Okay.
Great.
You guys see me look down and my eyes pulse that iridescent purplish color, and I go, gentlemen, we're definitely dealing with something that's supernatural, I think, in nature.
I'm gonna scan it actually with my ability.
That has an
See what-
immediate range. You have to get right up to it.
I'm fine with that. I will drop him, set him down, and continue my way over with my resonance field up. I have
And I'll throw-
adaptation if stuff goes bad. And I will try scanning it at immediate range.
You said all the citizens were running away from that. Are there anyone? Does anyone appear to be in danger, as in just the regular, regular people in Central Park?
Well, as you were flying closer, you are starting to see some people fleeing from the area. And in particular, you actually see one person shoot a pistol in that direction, and then turn his back on it and keep running. Like he's shooting at something that he thinks seems to be chasing him. You can't.
If I do see this person shooting a gun, could I really quickly just shoot a concussive blast to knock it out of his hand? I don't feel like these people should be running around crazed with a gun. Just I mean, if it's okay, if not, if he's too fast to get out of the way, like it doesn't matter. But
I mean, you're balanced bunny. You're probably faster than him. Go ahead and take a shot.
yeah, I don't want to be in his face to scare him. I just want to knock it out of his hand. But either way, let me roll a d20. Not gonna add or change anything to it. I got a natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just zap that thing right out of the guy's hand, and he looks up and kind of screeches to a stop, sees that his gun is flown off in some direction, and he just keeps on running.
With the with the natural 20, could I say that actually I don't know what to use the major effect for here. But either way, as I knock the gun out of his hand, I catch it and crumple it and drop it to the ground. We don't need any guns around here. For the natural 20, can we say that my next disarming type thing, since I just did it, will be eased 1?
Sure.
I'm still in pigeon form, so I'm swooping down to where this is occurring,
Okay.
and ultimately to turn back into El Animan form to see if I could help anyone else that's trying to get away from this thing.
And as Neurostar puts me down, I'll put a force field around him. We'll give him +1 armor for the next 10 minutes since he's moving in, and I'm going to move in behind him on the ground as a
Okay.
backup. So let me take.
So it sounds like El Animal and Neurostar are taking the lead and advancing towards whatever this mysterious light is, because other people are using abilities and stopping shooters and such. Yeah, there are a few people that are running. I used to see people running, in other directions away from whatever this thing is. And El Animal and Neurostar, as you get closer, it's kind of like there's a pale fog in that area. And it's
great.
kind of like the area itself is the source of this pale light. And when you kind of let your eyes adjust to this strange light, you are seeing into it, and the area that is glowing looks still like Central Park, but distorted, like there's some sort of visual effects happening here. And one of the things you notice right away is that the saturation of all the colors in that area is very, very low. So all the colors are washed out. The greens are very, very pale green. Even the shadows are just kind of like a median gray. So there's some weird thing going on here. And Neurostar, if you want to land close to the leading edge of that and make a scan roll, go ahead and make a roll.
Yeah, I land down and kind of wipe my hand across my eye as this red series of jagged lines come out and kind of encompass an area of this light. If the first version of scan doesn't do it for free, I am willing to pump intellect points into it to make it better if needed.
Okay. How I normally run scan is you'll make a roll, and based on how well you roll, I will give you more information.
All right. Got a 15 on the die.
Okay. So you are skilled in medicine. You don't have a lot of like crazy high science
I
knowledge,
do not.
but this does seem to be some sort of dimensional effect, like kind of like a portal, but like fatter. And that a portal you think of a flat thing that you pass through. This seems to be more like a large portal that you go through, and it's overlapping with Central Park.
Do I see any citizens that are in there, or did it look like most people got away?
It's
Can
hard
I see
to
into
say.
it being this close?
You can see into it being this close. It's because of this weird fog-like effect. You're having limited visibility, but there are about human-sized shapes moving around further in that are probably people that are lost or can't find their way out.
I would yell up to the rest that are flying. Well, it seems as if the only way we're going to figure anything out is to go in, and I'm just stepping through.
As he says that, I turn back to El Animal, and I'm like, I'm right behind you. And I go in my pocket and I pull out a can of Red Bull, which is my Dex Cypher.
Is that what gives you wings?
Yeah, and I chug it real quick as I walk. I start walking behind him.
And I definitely would have been like just landing as he finished his sentence, or after his scan, or as he was scanning, would have landed right, heavily next to him. And if he walks through, I follow.
And Paradigm, are you walking or running to catch up with them?
I'll run and catch up with him. I mean, I can, running and jumping. I have a free level of effort with strength. So I just make my way up there quick as possible.
And Neurostar, you're going to go into this space.
Yep, going into it with my resonance field up, the bonus that he gave me for armor. I have adaptation, praying for the best. If it doesn't turn out,
Okay.
I will.
And is your intent you're going to try and find one of these shadowy people? And
Yes, that's the goal.
All right, so you make a beeline for one of those people. You step through that. You don't know if it's a barrier or an interface or what it is, but you definitely feel a weird tingle of transition as you cross from Central Park into this desaturated, faded out sort of place. Okay. And so you're scooting ahead, trying to catch up to one of these people. What are the other three of you doing?
I guess we're moving in too.
Yeah, right before I went in, I chucked the can of Red Bull in a nearby can because I'm a superhero. I don't litter. And then I
thought you just eat it.
I slowly followed behind him, and I'm like, wow, this is trippy.
And I definitely will be looking or scanning the area for anyone who looks hurt or in danger.
Okay. I need Boundless Bunny, El Animal, and Paradigm to make might defense rolls.
Oh boy. I'm trained at might defense, and I have 2 shifts in the strength. Does that count towards this? Or resilience, I should say.
Resilience is the one.
Yep. So that's 3 steps easier. I rolled 17 on the dice, so I think I'm okay.
Okay,
I
good.
I wrote a 9.
Hold on a sec. I have nothing, and I'm just gonna straight roll. I got a 10.
Okay. Balance Bunny, you feel that the air here is a little strange, but you can handle it. Paradigm and El Animal, you think the air is really, really thin, like kind of like super high altitude, and there's something weird about it. Like you're feeling that you're not on Earth. And Paradigm in particular, because you have paranormal knowledge, you think that this is like a half world or a demi-plane or something like that. Kind of bleeding over into Central Park in New York City. Neurostar, you feel fine. You can fly in space, so this is nothing.
Feels like it's
Are we like choking me in Paradigm, or is we just feel funny?
You aren't choking, but it's like being at high altitude. It's your heart.
Okay.
It's hard to catch your breath.
Yeah.
I think that exerting is going to be a little more difficult than it would under optimal circumstances.
Do anyone seem like they're struggling too bad that they're not going to survive in here?
Of your teammates?
Yeah.
No, it's a little bit of a hardship.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to continue towards the shadowy figure. I'm going to keep my kind of vigilance up. I'll keep the scan up as I go in case I need it. Like when I need it, I'll use it again since it's free. But I'm going to rush towards one of them and see what we have. Hopefully it's a citizen and not something horrible.
So as you get closer, it is definitely a New York person, and they are kind of wandering around, and they seem to be affected by this weird air as well, more so than your superhero friends. And they see you, and they're like, "Can you help me? I can't get out of here."
Well,
looks like a college student who's kind of got like a weird sort of comb over hair sort of thing, and a hoodie and flip flops.
Can we see the edge of the light still from here? Like, do we know which way's out?
If you look around, yeah, you can see that edge, which is still advancing outward, by the way. So from your perspective, it's actually retreating away from you now, but you can see it.
How many of these shadows are in here that we can see? Is this like dozens of people or just a couple that we could try to get them out
It's
before we can
at least half dozen at this point.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna I'm gonna close my eyes, and you guys would actually notice that my halo is gonna light up for just a second, and I'm going to use that subtle cipher you gave me for the secret, and basically delve into the cosmic awareness, the collective unconsciousness of creation and so on and so forth, to see if I can figure out the secret of what we need to do to shut this down, because it looks like it's expanding across. It's gonna engulf. We don't know where it's gonna stop. So I want to see if I can figure that secret out. So
There's
I need
multiple
to.
of us here. If we can gather them all up, I can entangle them and maybe push my abilities onto them and get them out while you're heading in.
Well,
I'm the only one who's not affected by this in the slightest. So,
well, neither is Bunny.
Bunny's doing fine, yeah.
Bunny's not affected by anything. I always count him out.
Well, I'm gonna do that to try to get that information. So what we need to do to shut this down.
What's your role?
Let's see. 15 on a die.
Okay. And you're trained in paranormal.
Trained in paranormal and perception.
You believe that this is probably caused by some sort of magical artifact, and the artifact needs to be dislodged and deactivated to reverse this. And that artifact is almost certainly at the center of whatever is causing this.
All right. So I'll come out of my momentary trance, you see the halo pulse. And then when I open my eyes, I go, I heard everything you said, Neurostar. Good idea, but
Yes.
we've got to find the center, because whatever it is, it's more than likely some sort of artifact or something that's causing this to expand out. It needs to be dislodged, shut down.
Patience first.
So,
I'm gonna
Neurostar,
start
did you
running.
want to grab like this person, or are you going to try and grab all the people?
I
and
would like
develop-
to grab all of them if Bunny even wants to
Yeah.
run them to me.
So what I
My
was gonna say
goal-
was, go ahead.
I say my goal is to use entangling force on them to kind of bunch them up get them to us if I have to pull them to us. But if I get them close, like within immediate, is there a way for me to expand my adaptation to them by either making a roll or spending extra intellect points?
You could do a power stunt to do that.
That's what I'm looking for. So once we get them gathered up, that's my intention.
Okay. So just, entangling force is more of a like, there's that person, I'm going to wrap them up in a force field. Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know the bubble would also push that stuff out, either one of those two.
Well, you also have like your hard light powers. One of them, you can just make an object. So you could like, I'm going to make a sled and just put them in a sled and slide them to you and that sort of thing. You have a pretty adaptable, do whatever you want sort of power.
While this is going on, you think me and Paradigm should be moving ahead looking for this
Scout, yeah.
Yeah, I do. If you say anything like that in character, Boundless Bunny says, "Yes, scout ahead. We will take care of the rescue efforts." And I zoom over to the Neurostar and I say, "Starman, if you can get these civilians onto a construct of some sort, maybe I can toss them or push them out of the radius of our portal that we're in."
Last time you threw someone, we're considered B-class heroes from that.
Dean, you could try.
I use one of my ears to wipe my forehead.
I move faster. I move faster than a normal human. I'm like a.
So I'm gonna turn into a stallion, a horse, and I'm just gonna pull up next to you so you could jump on my back.
So divide and conquer. If there's three of us, we could probably get this half dozen out pretty quick.
Yeah, you guys get the half dozen out. Me and Anthony are gonna go scout. So he's gonna turn it to some sort of, mount. He said a horse. So I'm gonna be riding a big blue horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big green horse.
Oh, green horse. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll turn into like one of those the Budweiser horses.
A Clydesdale.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Neurostar, you have this one person. Are you going to like have them sit tight and go sit tight and find another person, or are you going to bring them along with you?
What I can do here? Oh, it's up to you though. Since I'm again like that Superman fast buddy type, I could. Again, up to Sean, I could maybe zoom off to each of these shadowy figures and bring them back to Neurostar so they're all in one spot. I don't know, just throwing an idea out there.
Yeah, go grab me. You're faster than me. Go get him.
Balance Bunny, why don't you make a perception roll to spot the nearest person and you can fly over it.
I will definitely do that.
And whoever is steering El Animal, whether that's him or Paradigm, you guys make perception rolls to spot another person to rescue.
I rolled a natural 20.
Nice. Okay.
I didn't see anything.
I feel like I'm cheating. I want to change my dice.
No.
Well, yeah, I got a natural 20.
I rolled another 15, but I'm trained in perception.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Seems right.
All right. So Paradigm is like trying to steer El Animal off to one side, and El Animal is probably like, those looks like some tasty trees I could eat. No. So, Boundless Bunny, you spot a person kind of wandering around in the shadows, and you fly up to them, and it's a guy about 30 years old, and he's like, I can't find my kid. My kid ran off. He got scared. He's like 10 years old. He's got red hair. He's around here somewhere.
I say, fear not, citizen. And with my natural 20, can I say he was right over there? Because I had a natural 20 to find this dude, and just like my natural 20 was like, he's actually hiding behind that tree right there.
What citizen? I will give you is a GM intrusion.
I will take it.
You use your bunny hearing, and you're like, where is this kid? And you're like, he is there by that tree. Oh, that tree is moving and grabbing the kid. That's not normal.
I say, fear not, citizen. I put my hand on the guy's shoulder who's in front of me. Your child will be safe. And I say, I shout out to Neuro, Starman, there seems to be trouble.
Like my name.
And I dive over to the tree that's moving or attempting to grab this child. And I'll give my other XP to Neurostar.
Neuro.
Is neuro or neutral?
Neuroscience.
Neuroscience.
Here. So sorry, yes.
Paradigm.
Okay.
You spot a shadow, and you finally manage to get your shape-changing friend to ride in that direction. And what you see is a person they are unconscious on the ground.
Okay, I'll dismount and give a cursory view. Check vitals. I mean, I know the basic vitals.
Okay. You flip this person over, and there is like a tangle of weird pale violet threads kind of like looped around their chest and digging into their clothing.
That's not good.
I look over and go,
I'll reach in and grab the tangle of vines, twist my hand this way, and release an elemental burst. Which is my concussive blast, but to try to turn my hand away from their body. So when I release it, it's tearing that stuff about, not to hit them. So
okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll against this stuff. Actually, do you have power shifts in this?
yes,
Okay, so you have 2 levels of effort on attacks for it already?
yes,
All right, you don't need to make a roll if you don't want to.
okay. I will.
How much damage do you do?
It does 11 points.
Nice. All right, so you just do this release of elemental power, and the stuff kind of like crumbles into ash in your hand. And the person on the ground suddenly gasps like they weren't breathing before, and now they are.
I look at them, they're probably completely unnerved, and I go, "You'll be okay." Help them up to their feet, and kind of point them in a direction that we came from, where our friends are. And,
Well, now that you've ridden away from where Neurostar is, you realize, this fog thing, it makes it really hard to see where anything is. You don't think this person could find their way to Neurostar.
Gotcha.
You probably, being a superhero, could make it work, but this regular
Do our comms work?
Yeah, they sound a little weird. Maybe it's a side effect of whatever interdimensional thing is going on here.
Basically, Bunny, Neurostar. We found
Yes.
another. We found another person. Be careful. There seems to be some sort of contagion or something that's attacking people.
So, Bunny, I'm going to switch back to you just really quick. So this tree is moving and is grabbing this kid. What are you going to do?
So as I'm going, I spoke to this gentleman. You gave me the intrusion. I saw the thing. I literally tell the guy what I said before. I was like, "Hey, everything's gonna be fine. Kid's okay." And I hop towards that tree. I don't know how far it is, but essentially I want to fly if it's too far.
It's like a short distance.
And punch the tree to like basically knock it in half so it'll let go or stop. And as I'm going, mid-flight, I hear him on the comms say, Paradigm say that thing about be careful, it's whatever, there's a contagion. And I say, be careful, there's walking trees here. I've never seen that on Earth. And I go to punch the tree.
Now that you are closer to the tree, you see that there are these weird pale purplish threads just entwined through the bark and wrapped around the tree.
I'm still gonna punch it. I'm not gonna stop and investigate it. I see it moving it's gonna interact or possibly harm this child, and so I'm just gonna try to just punch it in half.
All right, I'm gonna cut over to Neurostar before we have that combat action.
Okay. So I had the one person with me, and how many more did you find over there, Bunny?
2. Well, the kid and the parent, the dad.
And how are you far enough away from me? I can't see you fighting the tree.
That would be up to the GM.
You can hear which direction he's in. He's probably a round or 2 away from you.
I'm gonna pull out I'm gonna blink and let like a teardrop come out and crush the teardrop and throw it out and make the motion sensor. So I'm going to use my item for short distance and long, making sure I'm assuming like the tree would be considered large at long range, but I'm going to use it for the 6 hours. So it floats around me. It's just an ocular orb that follows around or floats around and I can see through. So do I see other people using that as I kind of zoom it about so I can start gathering these people up?
I'm just going to let you know exactly where all the people are within short range and all the trees are within long range.
Right.
You can sense that there is a tree in the direction of Boundless Bunny, and that tree is moving, so that's probably the tree that he's talking about. With your senses, you actually realize that there are a couple of other trees doing that, and then you can sense where the other human-sized people are nearby.
So since I can create temporary light, I'm going to let a beam shoot out like in the sky. And with negative social interactions, I'm going to yell for all of the citizens to run towards the light. Get here or die here is what I'm going for.
Okay. Sounds good.
I got a 9 on my die for negative social interactions, which I'm trained in.
Okay. I mean, you're not really trying to manipulate anybody. You're just.
I'm intimidating them to do their job, basically.
Yeah.
Get here now.
Yeah.
I'm not being friendly about it.
And Paradigm, you have, this person is breathing. What are you and El Animal going to do next?
I guess I look up at El Animal, and is it a man, woman, child? Really doesn't make a difference.
It's a woman, and she is about 50 years old. Looks pretty well dressed, like high society sort of person.
Okay. Well, I help her to her feet, then I move her over to El Animal, and I lift her and place her on El Animal's back and say, get her to Neurostar, and try to lock in on my signal to get back. I'm going to continue to move through here to see if I can find whatever it is that's causing this.
All right, since I'm in horse form, I just realized I have the fast ability now. And I'm also trained in perception now because horse is trained. So would that help me, even though the fog, to get closer back to the area in which we came from?
Yes, it will. Why don't you go and make a quick perception roll just to make sure you don't wander off course with this lady.
I got a 16 on the die roll.
Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah, Neurostar's right over there.
And I'm booking it back in the same, as fast as I can.
And you get the impression this lady knows how to ride horses.
My intention is to get back so I could get back and help him.
Okay. Balance Bunny, you are about to punch this tree that's moving. There's this little kid.
I definitely want to make sure I don't hit the child. If I can, I'll avoid it. And I definitely just want to swing a mighty punch at this tree and hopefully knock it in half. I have 2 shifts in strength, which is for melee attacks. I think it's just the damage though. So I get, if I hit, it'll be 10 damage. My fists count as 4 damage for my foci. And they're light and I'm trained at using them. So it's 2 steps easier for me to hit something. So yeah, let me go. I'm actually going to use, if I can, might effort on this because I have 1 level for free.
Okay.
Because I have 3 might edge.
I'm going to say that you don't need to make an attack roll.
All right. Can I roll anyway for potential natural 20?
Yes, you can.
Just nothing like making
firewood
11 out in the middle of nowhere.
But and I deal 10 damage.
10 damage. Yeah. This is a tree. It's a creature. Yeah, you just punch right into the heart of this tree and snap it into a bunch of twigs and kindling. As the pieces fly with your enhanced, Super Bunny senses, you do notice that these weird pale violet threads have kind of wormed their way into the interior of the plant as well. But yeah, you have destroyed this strangely hostile tree. And the little kid is just kind of like, what?
I crouch down and I grab the child by the shoulder and say, "Child, are you okay? Did the tree harm you?" And I kind of give him a once over.
He says, "Are you the Easter Bunny?"
Not the Easter Bunny, but close to it.
Where's my dad?
I point over to the gentleman. If he's still visible, I say, "Is that your dad?" He said, "You were in trouble. I think that's him."
And he goes, "Dad!" You can't really make out. It's a silhouette of a person at this distance, but he says, "Dad!" And you hear the man's voice go, "Son, Timmy."
if possible, I'd like to say, I walk the child over to him, or I guess he walks towards us. If we're talking, he can hear us, and I say, "Please, for your safety, follow me to the beacon." And I point to that big beam of light that Neurostar had just put out, and I start to lead them to it.
Nice. Okay, so Horseman and Bunnyman are doing a delivery of some people to rescue, and Paradigm and Neurostar are searching. Neurostar, you actually just know. You could, if you want to, you can just point to Paradigm and be like, "There's one over there, and there's one over there."
Yep. And I'm just telling them to run towards the light for now. When they get here, I'm going to get them all in a bubble of hard light and see if I can't get them out.
Just a bubble. You're not going to make like a holiday sled or anything.
No, it's going to be a bubble for now because the inside's going to look very different than the outside for them.
Okay.
I have a plan.
All right, and Paradigm. So you can hear that some people are heading your way. Do you want to just search out in the direction where Neurostar indicated, where there are a couple of others, just in case there are any stragglers?
Yeah, I'll check them out just to make sure there's no more, glowing tendrils growing out of people.
Okay.
So as anyone passes, I will give them a once over to make sure they're not, somebody who's infected isn't headed back to the group.
Okay. So you check each of them as they're heading towards Neurostar's beacon. And so far you have not spotted another person who has these threats on. However.
Okay. I'll take it.
As you are busy like zipping from person to person and saying, "Hold on," give you a quick once over and making sure there's not any of these weird threads on there, something looms out of the dark, the weird half gloominess that's here, and takes a swing at you. I need you to make a speed defense roll.
Okay. And El Animal gets the other XP.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Gracias.
Natural 20.
Sheesh. Got some cheater dice this day. All right. So you, through some, destined precognitive sense, just suddenly realize that something is about to take a swing at you. You duck out of the way, and this huge tree limb just whooshes right over your head. And it is wrapped up in these lavender threads that you saw on that other person.
Okay. So my character does that, the capoeira barrel roll as a thing, and as he rolls over the top of it, he sees and he spies a tree, and he just releases a double-handed concussive blast of, primordial energy at the tree.
Okay, why don't you make your attack roll? Now you are hindered from the weird whatever atmosphere is in this location.
Okay, so that's 15, so that would be a 12.
Okay, you hit it. How much damage do you do?
11 points.
Okay, you blast this thing with, what is it?
I love supers.
Fire, electricity? What are you hitting it with?
Pure. It'll be actually a blast of pure wind, just like gale force. Hurricane force winds.
Cool. All right, so you release this blast of powerful wind at this tree, and the force of it just snaps off a bunch of the limbs, and the thing just goes rolling and tumbling away from you like a broken dead tumbleweed, and it does not get up. And now, Neurostar, you've had a delivery from El Animal and from Boundless Bunny, and 3 other people directed in your direction by Paradigm have arrived. So as far as you can tell, that's all the nearby civilians.
So I'm going to hit them with a beam, and it's going to encapsulate them. From the outside, it looks like a Christmas ornament. On the inside, there's it looks like a ski lift. There's a little chair in the middle, and I want to shove it out of the light as far as I can. Is this growing up, or is it only growing out, the light? Is it like is it more like a pie, or is it like a dome?
It's not quite a dome. It's like a flattened dome.
Okay, cool. I will hang them from a tree so they're safe. Like out and away from this area.
Okay, so but outside of this zone.
right outside the zone. If I had to fly him or if I had to spend points to push him further than what this power normally goes, I'm fine with that as well.
Why don't you make since your power is all intellect based, just make an intellect roll, and you can use any power shifts that you have for any of these abilities and apply it to that.
The only thing I have power shifts for right now are onslaught, so I'm pretty sure they don't want me to do that. So 16 though on the die. I will spend 1 point since I have 2 in edge to give 1 effort towards that as well.
Okay, so you push your Christmas tree ornament sort of thing. I assume that the ski lift chair on the inside rotates.
Yeah,
so
like the ball rotates around it. You got it. It's not a hamster ball. I'm not like making him puke in there, but
all right. So you put these people in a bubble and you shove them out, and they go rolling down one of the nicely paved paths here in Central Park. And you believe that they are going to roll out of this zone and be safe.
Okay. Then when that's done and I sense they're like out of the area, I'll make my way towards the heart of all the problems right now.
All right. So the 4 of you don't have any immediate threats. This would be a good time to group up again.
I would say we
have a
have
general.
deep in where Paradigm is because he's the furthest in, right?
Yeah.
Paradigm's the
correct.
furthest in. Yeah.
I think Paradigm's also. Oh, okay. Well, how are you going to find Paradigm? Like, are you going to navigate relative to Neurostar's beacon? Be like, oh, kind of, northeast to the beacon towards 57th Street.
Since I was near him, could I make some sort of roll to at least see if I can remember the general direction? I know it'd be difficult, but the general direction where we were.
Of course.
Doesn't Neurostar still have that thing that found the people? Wouldn't that find?
Yes.
Towers.
He knows where you are.
Yeah.
Yep. That's kind of what I thought. I could at least find
I
you if
wouldn't.
needed to.
Yeah, no, I would definitely. Well, I had brought the people back to Neurostar
Yeah,
initially,
you're
so I would be
coming
with
with
him. Yeah, so I.
But Neurostar can use his scan ability to find me.
I don't need to. I have the power. I just be like,
Yeah, that's
he's over there. He's over there.
His motion sensor, lets you know that, Paradigm is over this way. So if you want to go and lead the other 2 to Paradigm.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll make the big bright light to kind of cast away all of the darkness, the muddiness that's here, a bright red, and I will lead us towards them.
Okay. Your bright light kind of casts a light on this weird pale haze that's here.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't completely eliminate it.
Do I need to crawl low like a fog lamp?
Like, you have to be on the front of an obnoxious car.
Or an access car. I can make that. Is there a way to up my ability to make it stronger than the fog that's here?
If you want to make an intellect roll using your power.
I'll make like a refracting lens to make it a stronger beam. What would you like for that?
That would be an intellect roll.
I got a 12.
Got a 12. All right. You magnify your light a bit, and you think that anybody within about long range will be able to see it and you, so that'll help.
Nice.
This is one of those cases where it's like, could I make a light that will light up the entire swamp? Yeah. But you're definitely much more visible and able to see than you were before.
I'd like to attempt a power stunt if it's at all possible. My knowing ability with all the paranormal stuff, I want to see if I can tap into, like I said before, the Akashic record, if you will, or whatever, and see if I can discern what this thing is, so we know what to look for. And if I can, I'll spend a level of effort on it in the attempt.
Okay. And what ability are you using a power shift or your power stunt on?
Knowing.
On knowing. Okay. And you're just trying to get a sense of what this artifact looks like. So
so we know what we're looking for, what we need to do, to get this thing, that's the concept.
All right. I'm going to say that is a difficult power stunt, which is, oddly enough, only difficulty 4.
Well, we're going to try it. I'm busting a level of effort on it. Worked perfectly. That was a 9 to level of effort, pushes it to a 4. So boom.
Nice. All right. So using your supernatural knowledge and your knowing ability, you get this just momentary vision of a thing that looks kind of like a crystal wrapped in a weird tangle of these violet threads that kind of extend down to make a pedestal.
Okay. So as they make their way to me, I, start describing, telling them what we're looking for. How large is it? Is it, 1 foot, 2 foot, 6 foot? Is it
It's about 3 feet tall. Like someone could pick it up like a scepter.
Okay. So I'll let you guys know what we're looking for and tell you this is what we're dealing with.
So Neurostar, you now sense that there are several of these moving trees heading in your direction.
Listen, floppy ears, I'm pretty sure you're going to be busy here for a while. I count, and then however many I feel there are in the area, I start pointing the cardinal directions of where they're at. How many did you put up?
3.
3? I said there's at least 3 coming near.
I say I like being busy. Point me to the nearest one, and I ask him to just point out where the closest one to us is.
Shoot lights out in the direction that they're at, like kind of, so he can see like flashes, so he can see them.
All right. They are coming from slightly different directions, so sure. You're not gonna. If you go out to fight them, you will be fighting one at a time.
Right. I'll point at one for him to get started.
Yeah, so basically what Boundless Bunny does here is after, he points out, says, hey, there's 3 coming, you're about to be busy, and he makes 3 lines or 3 beams of light, depending, I don't know if he did it instantaneously or did 1 beam of light at a time. My sense of perception is so fast that I went to, if they were instant at the same time, I still followed the first one that came out, and that's the beam I followed to do the same thing I did with the other one, basically fly with a punch to knock. I'm assuming it's a tree, like he said, the same thing I fought before. So I'm just gonna fly straight at it.
Bonfire in Central Park after this check.
And what are Paradigm and El Animal doing?
I'm headed, like I said, now that I know what I'm looking for, I'm just gonna be trying to perceive toward head to what I think is the center, because that would make sense of what it's doing, where it's got to be in the center. And I'll probably say to El Animal and Neurostar, we got to find this thing. Everything that you're dealing with out there is just a symptom. We need to get to the problem.
In heading towards what you think is the center, you feel like you're going to be going in the direction of these trees that Neurostar has called out.
Okay. Well,
I said I was booking back to Paradigm, and Neurostar didn't say anything to me, so I kept on running in the direction of Paradigm.
No, I figured Bugs Bunny over here could handle the 3 trees.
Well, one of the trees will probably get taken on by me and El Animal, because
right.
Okay. So Boundless Bunny is heading towards the first tree, and Paradigm and El Animal are heading towards, let's say, the second one. Neurostar, are you staying where you are? Are you keeping pace with somebody? What's your plan?
No, I'll go for the 3rd one.
Okay.
Clear it out. Let's go.
So, Boundless Bunny, you're going to fly up to this tree and attack it. So why don't you go ahead?
I do it the same exact way before, and if it's the same level, it's going to be no roll, because I'm going to use the level of effort, and I already have the 2 drop down from the shifts, and then another 2 drop down from it being light and be trained with it, so it's already 5 steps easier.
Right.
So I just punch it. I'm not even going to roll. I just punch it in half. It just splinters off. And if I'm able to perceive where either of those other beams were going to, that's where I head next.
Okay. You will be heading to the right, because Paradigm and El Animal have gone to the right for that.
So smash exit, stage right. And
Paradigm and El Animal, you are approaching this tree that you initially can't see, but you can hear something big moving in the... It's not even mist, it's just this weird haze that isn't... It's almost like the shimmer of a mirage, or like the shimmer of the heat coming off a highway, but again, it's not something that your normal senses are used to. So it's hard to really explain what it is. But yeah, so there's this tree in the direction. Are you just gonna run up and
I plan to run because I'm running full speed in this horse mode. I plan to run, and what I want you to see visually is a horse, then el animal, and then a rhino. The moment of impact, I hit the tree as a rhino. So you see me like transform back and then transform again into a rhino as I slam into
I was thinking of Battletoads where they turn into ram heads.
So I don't know if I could do that.
So Anthony, when you change shape to an animal, are you a normal colored animal or are you green?
I'm green.
Okay, so you're like a green horse right now.
Yeah, I'm green, and I always have the feathers that I have for my hair. So instead of the mane of the horse, it would have been like peacock feathers.
Nice, cool. All right, Neurostar. Are you flying towards this third tree?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly and I'm gonna create an oversized scalpel of red light. And I'm going to use Frenzy to give me an extra speed edge. I'm going to up my effort twice and cut this thing in half. At least that's
all right. So you are flying in that direction. You're powering yourself up, and you get to be within a short distance of it. And that's when your motion sensor tells you there's someone in this tree.
Well, I guess I need to be exact. Can I slice, like, if it's in the center, can I slice next to it so I can see?
Slice. Oh no, sorry.
Like slice part of the
not
tree?
Like it's not somebody embedded in the trunk of the tree. It's like someone is riding on the branches, like Myriad and Pip.
Oh, yeah, I'm cutting this tree in half.
All right. So you are flying up there, and I need you to roll initiative. Actually, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Okay. I don't get any
14.
bonuses to that at all. So.
Oh
You
no,
have
specialize in
the dexterity power shift. It does apply to initiative.
That's all right. I got a 17, which is pretty good.
I rolled a 2.
I'm specialized in initiative, got 12 on the die, and I have the reflex enhancer for another 2 steps.
Okay.
Nice.
So that would be 22 if we were just out of here. Oh, 24.
And Dean?
I had a 14.
I was busy picking splinters out of my hands after decimating, so I'm a little bit distracted as I'm flying. Just like
Brush them off.
All right. So, Neurostar, you are like, charging up all your powers and ready to slice this thing, and your what's it called? Your motion sensor tells you that whoever is in the tree has hopped out of the tree and has run kind of in an arc and come up behind you and is now about to attack you. I need you to make 4 speed defense rolls.
Jesus Christmas.
Okay. First one is a 6. Second one is a 12. Third one is a natural 20.
Okay.
Can I use the
One more,
natural
one
20
more.
to assist my first one?
One more.
No, but you can use it, to help your next one.
Yeah.
So that is 3 failures. You were hit 3 times.
Natural 20 was a failure?
No. So what were your rolls again?
You're supposed to do 4.
You only did 3.
I only did 3. I need 4 of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
I apologize. The last one is a 19.
19. Okay. And
So
are you
20 and
trained
19 are
in,
2 highs.
all right. And are you trained in speed defense or anything like
Nope.
that?
Nope.
Okay.
Just got resonance field, and that's about it.
Okay. So you were hit 3 times. That natural 20, though, you could use your resonance field to do your thing.
I
And
will use my
19
resonance
too.
field, yeah.
19 and 20, his
That's right.
resonance field gets to go off.
That's right.
Yep.
19 as well.
Yep.
So first of all, each of those hits is from some sort of energy sword wielded by a speedster. and each of them does 8 points of damage.
Ooh,
Oh, Jesus.
that's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
All right. So,
And you know, with your motion sensor, it actually helps you like look where to look to see who is doing this. And you realize that this is a local supervillain who goes by the name of Deathblade, and she's a speedster who uses an energy sword.
oh, hello.
Now, if you want to use your resonance field on her,
Do.
I think you need to make a attack roll.
Well,
for
I
that.
mean, overall, it just lets me use intellect defense instead of a regular defense roll. Minor, you do 1 point of damage. If you get a major, you do 4. I would like to take that 4 that I have, and instead of spending those 2 levels of effort on my blade, I want to spend 2 levels of effort on the damage that I do from the resonance field, adding 6 to it.
So what's this about
Possible.
the 2 levels of effort on your blade that you're talking about?
I'm not going to do my blade is out, but I'm not going to spend the effort that I was talking about earlier because I haven't got to go yet.
You haven't
I'm
got
going to
go
spend it
yet.
on this resonance field and just bump up the damage 6.
Okay. Now, looking at resonance field, what you do is, it's a little confusing, and again, this is a one-shot, so we're new
Sure,
to these
well.
powers. You would make an intellect defense roll instead of a speed defense roll.
Correct, which is what I did earlier.
Okay. And you wanted to add 2 levels of effort to your damage? For that?
Because it does 1 for that minor I got at 19, and it does 4 for the major that I got at 20.
Well, normally you'd have to apply a level of effort before you make a roll.
Well, then I just do 5 points of damage to him,
Okay.
to her.
So yeah, your pulse. It's there. And very, very briefly, as she zips on by, you hear her say, "Oh, nice." And you are sensing your comrades moving around and other sorts of thing. And now that you are this close, Northstar, you also realize that there is someone sitting in the tree that El Animal and Paradigm are going to be fighting.
I would yell because that's free, basically, and say, "There are more in the trees. Look up."
As I'm hearing that on the comm, my rhino is slamming into this tree.
All right. El Animal, make your attack roll against the tree.
All right, let me just see right here if I have anything to. Oh yeah, I have a power shift in accuracy, which is gonna give me a 1 effort to the roll, and I have a power shift in strength, so it's gonna add 3 to the roll or to the damage, and I am gonna apply 1 level of effort to the attack.
Okay. So how many steps are you easing the attack?
2.
2? Okay.
I got a 17 on the die roll.
That hits.
I'll take the 1 additional point of damage.
Okay.
So with the animal form, I do my normal damage even though I'm a rhino, right?
Yep.
So it'll be my fists and kicks do 4 points. I have 1 shift in strength makes it 7. The
Mhm.
1 point from 17 makes it 8. So I did 8 points of damage.
Okay. So you crash into this tree and it takes a huge amount of damage, but it is still standing. And that is when, in conjunction with Neurostar yelling, you rotate your weird little rhino eyes upward, and you see that there is a man up in one of the branches of the tree, and he has like weird tattoos of skulls and ghosts all over the visible parts of his skin that you can see. And as you crash into the tree, he kind of lets himself get knocked out of it and does a little flip and lands on his feet nearby. And Paradigm.
Well, as he flips and lands nearby, he's going to catch a full-on primordial burst of, let's see, I'm going to mix fire and ice. I want to confuse his system because, you know, you said ghosts, and so I don't know if he's a ghost who doesn't like cold or a ghost that doesn't like fire. So we're gonna give him a little bit of both. So
Okay.
one hand is fire, the other hand is ice. And I've got 2 power shifts in that. So that eases this attack by 2. And yep, I will spend a level of effort into effort to hit. So here we go. So that's eased by 3. And I got a 19 on a die.
That hits.
Let's go. Let's just give him all. Let's just give him all damage. So he's gonna take 13 points.
13 points. All right. That is a huge blast of elemental energy. However, as you blast him, he kind of goes ghostly and spectral. And it seems to have absorbed some of that, or let some of that damage pass through him harmlessly. He is hurt by it, but not as much as you would have expected for a full powered blast attack.
Sean, I have a quick question that
Yeah.
this is gonna come up. Since I changed into a larger animal, right? I get +5 to my might pool, but I used effort and it cost me 2 points. Does that come out of the 5? Is it come out of the temporary pool in the form I'm in? Or does it come out of the pool, my existing pool?
Well, when you lose your bigger shape, you're going to lose those points.
Okay, so it comes out of my existing pool.
I mean, you can add those points to your pool, but you'll subtract them out when you change back.
All right.
So yes, you could, suck up a bunch of damage by tanking something as an elephant and then change back to your normal self and fall over unconscious from all of a sudden extra stress that you had.
Yep, makes sense.
And this weird ghost person, who you recognize as a local supervillain known as the Evil Skull, he just kind of goes, pathetic. And that's Paradigm. And the trees have... And Neuro, it is time for your attack. Actually, I did you slightly out of order.
Well, you said she did 8 each hit to me, right?
Yep.
Well, Sean, doesn't the resonance field? It says it blocks the actual attacks. So wouldn't 2 of those attacks be null and void?
She hit him 3
She hit
times.
me 3 times.
Oh, so one of them. So at least, but you blocked 2. So
No.
He blocked
I
one.
got hit 3. which is-
Resonance fields doesn't prevent damage. It just lets you
Yeah.
use your int instead of your might when you.
no,
take
it does.
damage.
It says it blocks the attack.
but
Does
it
one
doesn't either
successive
way.
time.
16. I'm into my speed damage now.
Is it-
So.
Oof.
Right. It is. I didn't ask that. Is it speed or might damage for her?
It's my
It is
dad.
might. Okay. Just make sure.
So
It's 12.
how I'm ruling this is
Whew,
that
I'm hurt.
if his defense roll succeeded, whether it's a speed defense or an intellect defense, that attack would not have hit him. He rolled a 19, which was not enough for him to dodge her attack, but is still enough to activate the rebound effect.
Right.
So-
All right. I'm gonna have to use a recovery, a 1 action recovery, I think,
Okay.
because I am hurting here pretty bad. That's pretty good. I'll take that. I'm gonna put it all back into my might pool, and that's my action. I'm just gonna have my defenses up the best I can because I can't fight her with the speed and damage that she's doing right now.
Yeah. You also can still move like up to an immediate distance as part of your
Which, I mean, I'll
action.
step away from the tree some, being defensive, keeping the light up. But
You want to fly up?
No, the tree's tall. That's not going to do it. I mean, I guess she's on the ground. I would fly up and kind of back away from her, or from the
Okay.
tree in her.
Yeah, because if you fly up as much as you can, you should be out of reach of her swords.
Not of the tree.
Not of the tree.
The tree wasn't hitting as hard as she was, though.
Oh man,
The tree has not hit anybody yet.
hard.
Yeah.
All right. Paradigm did a recovery. Neurostar did a recovery. Paradigm did a big elemental blast against the Evil Skull, and now it is Boundless Bunny.
So
You've
yeah,
already-
I'm flying. Oh yeah, I'm basically flying into the fray after destroying the one tree I destroyed. I just want to, if I'm flying towards the action, what do I see? Do I see my buddy get hurt and then fly up? Like, well, what do I gauge after flying away from what I was doing?
The closer pair to you is Paradigm and El Animal, and they have a tree that is very, very damaged, and the person who you recognize as Evil Skull, who is a supervillain who conjures ghosts and stuff. You showed up just in time to see Paradigm blast him and do some damage.
If I came just in time for that, I would just be flying in to punch the Evil Skull for sure. The tree looks like it's already splintering apart. It's going to go fall apart. You know, I know these trees are pushover. They're not an issue to me, but I know the Evil Skull is a super villain who can be kind of tricky and whatnot. So I'm just gonna go and try to land a, just a flying punch on him, just like I've been just flying, basically flying around the field punching things. But yeah, fly towards him with my fist. I don't know if he's gonna let me just phase right through him or whatnot, but I'm still gonna attempt it. Yeah.
Give him a flyby rabbit punch right to the base of his skull. Bam!
So I rolled a natural or 4. So I want to use my XP to re-roll that.
Okay.
My 1 XP is gone. Gonna re-roll that. So I rolled a 13, and it's still what is it? I didn't use effort this time. I didn't specify effort, so let's just say we didn't use it. So it's 4 steps lower as well. Yeah.
All right, so you take a swing at him, and yeah, you feel your fist pass through his semi-incorporeal flesh. How much damage do you do?
10 normally.
10 normally, okay. Yes, some of that catches on his pseudo-physical form.
So the way I kind of picture this is I punch him, right? But I know he's kind of incorporeal and just only like he's like a phase type person. So as my fist is going through him, I rapidly shake it like a supersonic speed to deal like some kind of seismic damage as I'm passing through him, since I can't actually touch him.
Okay. And as you kind of complete your swing, there's just like weird goopy strands of ectoplasm that just pull out of his body, and like your hand is just covered in this kind of like the temperature of cold yogurt. It's just like, wow, what is this on my hand?
I definitely splattered off on the tree near me. That enemy tree that's falling apart, just splatter it with this ectoplasm or whatever.
Coincidentally, it is Evil Skull's turn. And what he decides to do is he reaches into his chest and pulls out chunks of this ectoplasm stuff that turns into 2 vaguely humanoidish ghosts. And he's going to send... He's going to send 1 at Paradigm. He's going to send 1 at Boundless Bunny. So I need both of you to make speed defense rolls.
Okie dokie.
12.
Natural 19.
Natural 19. And Dean, you have any levels of effort or anything for speed defense?
No.
Okay. So ghost number 1 hits you, Paradigm, for 5 points of damage. And Boundless Bunny, you dodge.
Can we say with my natural 19 that I dodged fast enough that I kind of bumped Paradigm out of the way? He took reduced damage, not no damage, just a little bit less. Like I kind of scraped him instead of full on whatever it was doing to him.
I'm going to say that because he was not missed by such a narrow margin, that's not going to work for this minor effect.
Gotcha. So minor effect, and I'm just gonna not do anything. I can't really think of anything.
I mean, you could give him an asset on his next defense.
Oh, I'll take that. Yeah. So boom, I say, next time pivot with your heel, and I give him the advice for dodging next time.
And now we're up to El Animal.
All right, so this tree, how badly damaged is it?
It's almost destroyed.
I have an ability called it's like Soothe the Beast. or soothe the savage. Would this be considered a non-human beast, this tree?
Yes? Question mark? I mean, it's not just a tree. It's a tree that's laced with these weird kind of threads. So you're not sure entirely what is animating it or what sort of creature it is. But
Something's puppeteering it almost. Okay.
Yeah, because if
I was
something's
thinking.
controlling it, then the ability wouldn't work.
My
Oh,
goal was to
then
cut all those threads, but
I'm gonna just stomp out. I'm still in rhino form, and I'm picturing since my horn probably went through it, I'm probably still sort of connected. So I'm gonna rip my horn out and try to slam the entire tree to the ground.
All right.
So it's the same thing as before. So I'll just straight up roll. It'll be 7 points of damage. And I rolled a natural 1. And I'll take whatever comes with the natural 1.
all right. So we're trying to gouge it with your horn and flip it and destroy it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you ram your horn into it and it works, but you ram it into apparently a really hard spot on the tree and it gets stuck. And so now your head is stuck in this impact hole in this giant tree. So you're going to need to extricate yourself out of this situation.
Would I be able to do that with, oh no, my move action was, yeah, it was part of it. I'm just gonna, I don't know how to imitate what a rhino would sound like, but I'm doing the rhino SOS yell right now.
Nice. All right, it is now Deathblade's turn. And
Oh boy.
Northstar, how hurt do you look?
half my might is gone and a good chunk of my speed, but not all of it.
All
I'd
right.
say I'm beaten up. I probably have some cracks in the shield that's around me. The light is flickering in my eye on and off as I'm looking around trying to spot where this speedster is and looking at the cables above the trees or touching the trees.
Right, and you're flying. That's right.
Correct.
All right. So you see a moment as she kind of like blurs from somewhere, stops, looks up at you, flips her energy blade, and then just runs speedster style in the direction of your comrades. Paradigm and El Animal and Boundless Bunny. You hear this sudden pitter patter of footsteps that come running in your direction, and there is a incredibly fast person who is wielding a big old energy blade, and she is going to make some attacks on you all.
I'm pretty sure I'll be hindered because my horn is stuck on a tree.
El Animal, you have a history with this supervillain Deathblade.
Oh, nice.
So she is going to preferentially attack you, especially if you have your head stuck in this tree.
She just sees a big old rhino butt right now.
Rhino butt. She's like, time to play big game hunter. And let's have her make 3 attacks on you and then see how, how healthy you are. She might decide to pivot away and hit someone else at the last moment.
I am specialized in speed defense. Would that still count in my rhino form? And does my reflex enhancer affect that as well?
Your different form should not change anything other than you can't fit in like a car.
Okay. So I would have 4 basically 4 levels of effort on this roll. And I'm probably hindered though because I'm stuck to a tree. So
you are hindered, right? Okay.
3.
Oh, and I'm gonna give the 1 XP to Erik because he's in the most trouble.
Yay!
How many rolls you said?
Let's have you do 3.
All right, the first one was a 3.
That's a hit.
The second one was a 3.
That's a hit.
And the last one was a 14.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Even
I
with
have
3
one
levels of
armor.
effort?
I have 1 armor because I'm in rhino form as well.
Wow. Even with 3 levels of effort.
Yeah, she's really fast with her attacks. You know what?
Anthony, you want to use some of that XP to re-roll?
Oh yeah. I already let him take the damage. I should have said it before as soon as I rolled it.
And Paradigm, you make a speed defense roll too. So Anthony El Animal takes 3 attacks that are 8 points of damage each.
So 7 each for minus the 1 armor.
With your
right?
armor, yeah.
I rolled a 5, so I'm probably hit too.
Yeah, so 8 points to you. Yeah, she is incredibly fast.
So I am impaired. But that's okay. We'll come back.
And then we have the rest of the heroes before Evil Skull gets to go.
All right.
Okay.
If y'all okay with it, since y'all were basically just slashed, and I would have seen that, would just reflexively just reached out a fist where I think she might have been running between the two. That's all. Just a quick punch, unless she already moved away from me, in which case I would follow her and then try to hit her. But that's how I'm cinematically seeing it. She's dodging between these two, like she's just slashed one, slashed the other one, is gonna move to another position, and I just reach out a fist, just bop her if I can.
Sean was a kid in that extra 5 armor. I can't turn back now because it's gonna really screw me.
But it's already 4 steps easier with base shifts and my training and whatnot. I'm gonna use 2 levels of effort as well. Drop my might by 3 points. Oh no, 2 points, because the first level's free, second level costs 2, so 2 points. So it's 6 steps easier for me to hit her.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Ready to re-roll that?
I don't have XP. If someone wants to give me an XP, I would gladly
I'll give you
re-roll.
an XP. I'll give you an XP.
And I'm using different dice too. Thank you.
There's not a lot of XP going around here. There's like 2 floating XP. Everyone's tossing.
No,
My
I still
dice
got
keep
1
falling.
XP. I had 2. I just got 1.
I rolled a 3 that time.
Wow. Okay, so you miss. She's really fast.
Probably
All
just-
that any XP.
Okay, so I see him miss her. I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? Because she's a speedster, I'm going to try to anticipate using my awareness to try to anticipate where she's moving to and hit entangling forces. I want her to run right into it.
Okay.
You basically saw her stab me in the ass 3 times.
And then me swing at an after image. It's like, oh shoot.
Do you
And I'm gonna-
want to add levels of effort to increase
Yeah, I'm gonna spend. Is it 5? Yeah, I'm gonna spend the 5 points. I'm gonna have to do a recovery roll next round because that's low. All right, 2 levels of effort to try to get this chick. An 18 on the die, so that would be 24.
Oh, that succeeds.
All right, well she's snared.
Actually, so let me clarify. The level of effort that you are adding, you have 2 options. It's just like making a physical attack. It's either to hit or it's to increase the level of your force barrier to affect a more powerful creature. Because the default is a level 2
Oh shoot.
force barrier.
Well, I don't know if an 18 will hit her. I'll increase the level because we need to immobilize her.
Okay. The 18 hits her.
Nice.
All right, so
you've got a level 4 barrier, which
Right.
is less than her level. So she will be able to shake herself free of this. But for now, she is not running all over the battlefield and just hacking indiscriminately.
And stabbing poor people in the rear ends.
Or rhino butts. Neuro,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Neurostar, bust her in the head with a hammer.
It's not near me anymore.
You're flying.
Y'all. Well,
Drop an
the
anvil.
trees. So just for clarity, the trees are not following us at all, right? They were more mounts to get them here, and they're no longer really. The one in front of me didn't try attacking me.
Oh, that's right. I didn't have that one attack. I should have had it attack you.
Oh no,
No,
that's okay. Don't worry about it. Can I see the lines that are kind of marionetting this creature?
These threads that are wrapped around it. Yeah.
Do they look like they're cuttable?
Oh,
With
certainly.
enough
Yeah.
force, I could sever them.
I ashed some of them already, so yeah.
But she's running around. Can I see her from here?
You, I mean, you're like a short distance. Well, with your motion sensor, you know where she is.
I want to use, I'm not going to attack the tree. I'm going to use entangling force on her to stop the speedster from running around. I
Okay.
see it like a series of like beams of light that hit out. And once they hit and impact her, they pin her to the ground, almost like crossing like glass rods. I'm going to put effort into this.
Now, with your motion sensor, you can also tell that she is currently not running around super fast.
I'm just pinning her so they can
You're
capture her and
reinforcing
beat
it?
on her. Yeah.
Okay,
I just want to make
cool.
it easier for them to attack her. when
Cool.
needed.
Okay.
I have one power shift and entangling force.
Oh, nice.
So it makes me a little better at it. So I rolled a 15 on the die. And that'll give me one shift on top of that.
You wrap her with your weird spikes of force on top of Paradigm's entangling elemental force.
Yep. I want to really pin her down is what I'm looking for here. Now there's no entangling force does not do damage, correct?
No.
Right.
Okay.
But now there are two different force effects that are holding her in
That's what I'm
place.
aiming for.
So nice.
She's gonna get onslaughted next.
We had just the right
And-
powers.
Boundless Bunny, your target is no longer running all over the place.
Eye beams.
Al, you there?
Oh, wait, sorry. What? Say that again? Sorry. I got an
Your
important test.
opponent is no longer running in speedster style. She is held in place by.
She's locked
Yeah,
out.
then I just reach out and punch her. Like,
Okay.
not to kill her, to incapacitate.
Yeah.
I don't know how much health she has, but yeah, I definitely don't want to kill her.
Kill her. She stabbed me in the ass 3 times.
Well, let me roll this dice here. I got an 11, and it's 4 steps easier.
You hit her.
10 damage.
Break her knees.
Yeah, if it's gonna incapacitate or disable her, I definitely would like punch her in the leg or something like that. Or
You don't have to worry about killing somebody unless you want to. It's
yeah, so
yeah. So
10
punchy, punch. She's doing her best to like you've seen the Flash like do the whole thing where he's just vibrating in place. She's doing that, but I mean, there's only so far she can go when entangled by Paradigm and by Neurostar at the same time.
You gotta
And-
remember this attack method.
Yeah.
And she calls out to presumably the evil skull. She's like, a little help here. Or sorry, yeah. And she does that. I got my genders momentarily confused, but Deathblade is a woman, evil skull is a man. Evil skull's ghosts are going to attack Paradigm and El Animal. So I need to make speed defense rolls. And then evil skull is going to. Hi, Boundless Bunny.
oh,
I'm going to
is that for me?
That's for Boundless Bunny.
I'll
I'm gonna
definitely
spend
take
an
it.
XP. I'm gonna spend an XP to reroll. I rolled a 2. I can't afford to get hit again. 16.
16.
I have-
All right. You dodge this ghost.
I rolled a 12, but I have 4. The 2 from the Dex Enhancer and the 2 from Speed Defense, specialized in Speed Defense. So I rolled
Okay.
a 12 on the die.
This ghost just can't hit you. This is a difficulty 4 or a difficulty 0 for you to dodge that thing. All right. So, Boundless Bunny, GM intrusion on you.
I will take it, and the other XP goes to El Animal for helping me out with my reroll before.
Thank you. Gracias.
Evil Skull just kind of like wipes his hand over his face like this, and the skin on his face is now just gone, and there's this horrific skull that you can see with these weird flickering pale lights in it, and he makes a psychic attack on you. I need you to make an intellect defense roll.
That's rough on me. My int is only 8 right now. Oh, my big die got stuck in.
You roll a 10. Okay, so he does 7 points of intellect damage to you.
Oh boy. I
And I need
have
to
one
make it-
int now.
I need to make another intellect defense roll against a secondary effect of this.
Oh
It
boy.
was all right. You were never that smart anyway.
I rolled a 9 for that one.
Okay, so you are hindered by 2 steps as this kind of like primordial fear just triggers something in your deep, deep rabbit brain of predator, predator's gonna get me. Ah!
I get a very big image of a very muscular looking hunter in khaki and a big funny hat holding musket. And it just freaks me the hell out.
He calls you very wascally.
And am I fleeing or am I just hindered 2 steps for my next action?
You're just hindered for your actions for a while. Okay, you're not fleeing. Oh, you know what? I forgot that the atmosphere is weird in here, and that paradigm and element, and all should be a little hindered by that. I'll have to remember that for the rest of this. Okay, well, we are back up to Deathblade. Deathblade is going to vibrate and try and break out of one of these entangling forces.
Good luck.
And so I would like Neurostar and Paradigm to both make another intellect attack against her.
Both of us?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
I got
Nice.
a 19.
Okay. She is still restrained by your forces. This is like the perfect combination of things that are restraining
Hold
this
it down.
very deadly
and-
speedster. Very cool. All right. Then it is the hero's turn.
It's my
My thing will be very quick. I'm just going to try to take a recovery roll to try to ease my mind after what I just witnessed. If that's okay.
Sure.
It's D6 plus 5. I got a 5, 10 total. Yeah, I heal more because of my advancement in the other advancement, and I am just healthy from mighty. So yeah, I heal for 10 at the moment. So I'm gonna drop back up to 10 int, and I'll drop 1 back into might. So I'm back at 19. Okay.
I'm gonna use my healing power shift to use my 1 free heal. You know, my 1 extra heal.
Extra
Recovery
one
roll.
extra heal. Yep.
And can I use my move action just to dislodge my horn from this tree?
If you make a might roll, yes.
Okay. All right, I'll do the might roll first and then the heal.
Activating my
Oh, hold on a second.
activating my intellect booster. Would that be my action?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 13 on the die roll.
All right. You shake yourself free of
Yep.
this tree.
And then I'm gonna use my heal. I got 4 on the roll plus 2, so I'm adding the 6 points to my might pool.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a recovery roll myself. That's 9, so that's gonna put me back at 12. 12 intellect.
And Neurostar.
She's still awake.
Oh yeah. She's only been hit twice.
I'm going to use onslaught. I have a shift in that, so it does 7 base. I'm going to dump 1 effort into hitting and 1 effort into damage. 1 effort into hitting takes me from a 17 up 1 per shift, plus another shift from single attack of onslaught. Does that hit?
So what did you roll?
2 shifts. I got a 17.
Okay, so that hits.
2
Sorry.
shifts.
Yeah, you don't need to. I modify the difficulty on my end, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just need to know the roll. It makes it easier. So you're 17 hits, and you get +1 damage from that.
And then +3 for the extra shift, right?
I'm just saying yes, but +1 more from the 17.
Oh, nice. Nice. So that's 8 base. And
Okay.
then another 3. So 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. Whoa. Very nice. She is looking really hurt. She calls out again to Evil Skull, "Get me out of this thing!" And Evil Skull is going to kind of drift over to her, put his hands on her shoulders, and he just pulls her out of the entangling force barricade using his ghostly powers. And the two nearly useless ghosts, he kind of like gestures at the one that was going after El Animal and redirects it to Paradigm. So Paradigm, make 2 speed defense rolls, please.
Paradigm.
You
can do it.
14 and 15.
That is 2 successes. Nice job. You know, if you have Dean's character and Eric's character stand next to each other, that's kind of Paradigm by the dashboard light.
Thanks for that.
And,
Is that our new? That's our new duo band. Don't worry. That's our after. That's our after credit scene.
There you go.
There we go. Nice. All right. The tree that is near Neuro is going to attack Neuro, and the tree that is near El Animal, it can't even hurt El Animal. So it's futilely swinging its limbs. It can't hit the big rhino. It was remarkably fast.
I'm just standing there and just moving side to side and staring at this woman because I want to spend a XP for player intrusion.
Okay. Well, before that happened.
Yeah, I'll wait for my turn. But
Yeah.
No. It's more narrative based than it is
Okay.
affecting the like combat or anything.
So Neuro. What is your speed defense roll?
Ooh, 14.
14. Yeah, you totally dodged this tree. This thing's big and slow. It hits hard, but it's big and slow. El Animal. Now that you have pulled yourself free of this tree, you realize that these weird purple, pale lavender threads, some of them have torn off and have wrapped themselves onto your horn and are growing and starting to grow further onto your face and kind of reaching into your mouth and into your big rhino nose and stuff.
That cannot be good. I'm giving an XP to Dean
Okay.
because we need him, just in case he messed up his role, we need him to hold that lady.
And
Do I have to make a roll for this?
not at the moment. Not yet. And then it is Deathblade's turn. And now that she is free, she says, finally, I get to kill. And she's going to attack El Animal once and Paradigm once and let's say Boundless Bunny twice. So speed.
I have my arms up trying to deflect if I can. But yeah, that's just, you see Boundless Bunny just brace as soon as she broke free because she knew that her next movements were going to be to attack.
17.
Okay, and Dean, what modifiers do you have?
That was just a straight roll.
Okay, she hits you for 8.
I'm gonna use
She's
so
at least the 21 because the 19
19 miss.
hit.
Yeah. So yeah, I have to roll twice. I'm gonna use 1 effort on both rolls for my speed, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I gotta drop my speed by 6, but either way, first one at 13, that's definitely gonna hit me. And second one, 12, so that also hits me.
Okay, so she hits you for 8 and 8.
So 10 total minus my armor. I have 3 armor, so I take 5
Yeah.
from each, so 10. So I'm down to 9. Damn, she is beefy.
Sean, can I use my incredible action abilities to just make me automatically succeed? Because I can't really get hit again.
What does Incredible Action do again?
It says you can choose one action to automatically succeed on one task without rolling. As long as the task, oh no, wait up. It might not work. It says as long as the task is no higher than 6. Okay, so I have to roll. I'm pretty sure this is higher than 6.
I mean, I would let you spend a couple levels. Do you have levels of effort or shifts in dexterity?
I have 4 shifts in dexterity right now.
Okay, so then actually she's dodgeable for you. So go ahead and if you want to activate your.
And here's the kicker: you get a free GM intrusion on top of this. For using this ability. So I'm
Okay.
definitely using this. I don't have to roll, but you get a GM intrusion.
All right, so the free GM intrusion is that these fibers that are growing on your face have now grown into your mouth and over your eyes, and you can't see.
Oh.
But she missed you. Apparently, you dodged left just as she was going right.
Yes.
So nice job. All right, and it is now Hero's turn.
Okay, I'm going to try something unique. I'm going to attempt a power stunt. I have an ability called it's called, what is it called? Overcome all obstacles. And basically it says those who stand against you do so at their peril, eventually shrink away in your presence. When you focus all your energy on a particular foe within long range, that foe suffers 2 points of intellect damage, ignores armor each round for 1 minute or until the target can throw off the effect. This ability can only be active on one target at a time. You can apply effort to increase the damage during the first round and for any round in which you apply effort and use another action to initiate and use another action. So I'm going to apply effort. I want to increase the damage. I want to enthrall Deathblade. Okay, but I want to try and like intimidate her with this power. So I want to try to like make it a power step where not only does it, you know, do the damage, but she's now afraid to even get near me. You know, I want to, you know, throw her off her game if I can. So that's what I'm attempting to do.
I'm just checking the power stunt rule for that.
And see, even
I'm
the
gonna
I'll
say-
have to look it up.
I'm going to say that it is difficult, but that is within the realms of something this power would be able to do. So you need to use the power and succeed against her,
Okay.
and succeed at a level 4 power stunt roll.
All right, here we go. Come on.
Are you going to be using levels of effort to ease your attack or anything like that?
You know what? I will, because I did just get some more intellect back. So I'm going to use a level of effort to ease the attack and a level of effort to increase the intellect damage on her.
Okay.
All right, so 16 on the die, so that would be a 19 intellect attack against her.
I've got it on my end, so I just need the 16.
Okay.
It works. How much intellect damage do you do?
She takes 4 points.
She takes 4 points.
Oh, no. She takes 5 points.
She takes 5 points, and she's going to potentially take more. And you're making her afraid, right?
Yes.
All right. So you got to make your level 4 roll to sufficiently power stunt this power to make it a fear.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, come on, come on. Just made. I got a 12.
Nice. All right. So kind of echoing what Evil Skull did to Boundless Bunny. You just throw the fear of, you into her, and you just see her face just go white. She's like, oh, you are like the chosen one. I shouldn't be fighting you right now.
Yes.
Cool. All right, Neurostar.
She's still up and Skull's still up. She's
Both
not
been hurt pretty
imprisoned.
good.
She's not imprisoned anymore though, so she's harder
No.
to hit right now.
Right. She's really hard to hit. With physical attacks. If you have any mental attacks, she's much more vulnerable to those.
I'm gonna use Onslaught again.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I got a 16 with one
Okay.
power shift.
One power shift in that. Okay. That misses her.
Okay. That is what I'm doing. So I shoot out another beam and miss her. I would yell to Paradigm, we need to lock her down again.
And I say,
And
working on it.
El Animal and Boundless Bunny.
I want to use my a player intrusion. Spend 1 XP. You said earlier when you gave me an intrusion that we had a history. Can
Mhm.
we say that she's my ex-girlfriend?
Sure.
And the reason why she hates me is because when we broke up, we had a pet turtle named Monte McFly that I took in the end of the relationship. So as I'm choking and blinded and I can't see, I'm going, Janice, I'll give you Marty back. Stop.
Okay. Why don't you make like a persuasion roll?
Okay. Oh, I have an inability in that, by the way. So,
And you're probably like, Janice, you asshole, I'll give you the damn turtle.
yeah. I have an inability in all social interactions. But I got a 19 on the roll.
Nice. So her eyes flick from Paradigm with fear over to El Animal and kind of like, aw, Marty McFly, my turtle. She
And
feels
since
nostalgic.
with my move action, since I'm choking, I want to back away as far away from everybody that could possibly harm me.
Okay. And Neurostar.
Oh, don't you mean Bunny?
Oh, Bunny and
Bunny, I already
Neurostar.
went.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you on plot. Sorry, yes.
if I see her distracted, I go to take. I don't care what they're talking about. I go to punch her. She's way too fast, and if she's like distracted, even for a moment standing still, I have to take advantage of that. So
Do you have
just
an
gonna.
asset from Hug?
I'll give you an asset for the distraction of the turtle talk. Yes. And another one for the fear.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I have my 4 base, just not like natural reduction easements, and I'm used 2 levels of effort. So that altogether is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 easements to hit her.
You don't need to make a roll.
Well, I rolled a 19 anyway.
Okay.
Like the extra damage.
Extra damage for sure. And it's 13 damage. 10 plus the 3, yeah.
And she's kind of flicking her head between fear of Paradigm and thinking fondly on the relationship with El Animal and their turtle. And Boundless Bunny just comes up and just gives her a big old punch to the jaw.
Yeah.
And little birds flirt around her head and she falls unconscious. And Evil Skull says, crap. But it's all in, comics with the ats and the out signs and the dollar signs and that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, after knocking him out, just look at my comrades, see everyone how they're doing.
I'm not doing too well.
As his action, he is going to float away. And his ghosts float after him too, and they merge with his body. And he buggers out.
I'm turning back into Beast Boy form. I'm into Alaman form.
All right. You've got this stuff tangled, like it's on your eyes, going into your nose. Now I need you to make a might defense roll.
I'm yelling, guys, ayúdame, ayúdame.
Can I go over and just, like I did before, but since I know it's him, what I'll try to do is, I'll try to affect it as a power stunt where I can just heat this stuff up and like burn it away without, literally blasting his head, I don't
know what El Animal is going to do as he changes shape. And are you going to take another action or?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You said I had a roll, right?
Yeah, I need you to make a might defense roll. There we go.
Oh, might defense. Would what Dean doing give me an asset on that roll?
Sure.
Okay, I have nothing for might defense. And I have no points. I have 6 points in my might pool, so I'm not gonna apply effort. I just straight up roll it. I got a 12 on the roll.
Okay. This stuff, apparently because you're changing size and shape and it had to reconfigure and stuff, it's a little bit loose. And so it's not like working its way into your lungs and stomach. So that gives Paradigm an opportunity to grab it and fry it. What are Bunny and Neurostar doing while Paradigm is trying to rescue El Animal from this purple thread?
I'm assuming the ghost didn't get that far.
The ghost merged with Evil Skull's body.
Oh, he's in his body. Okay, I thought he flew through his body. Ooh.
Yeah, he originally pulled them out of his body,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now they've
yeah.
gone back in his body.
I would definitely
But
rush.
he's only like a short distance away. So if you wanted to attack him,
You could probably shoot him.
I was thinking that, or I can encapsulate him so he can't get away.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna clap my hands and smash two ends of a cage around him and start like crunching it together, trying to keep him in that space.
okay.
Entangling Force has got 1 power shift. I'm gonna dump 2 levels of effort in this just to really lock him down.
All right. So
putting it
is
at
that
3.
levels ever to hit him or to increase the
To
level?
hit him, because to hit him.
No,
'Cause I
you
don't know
got
how
to
hard it
increase
is
the
to hit.
level. You got to increase the level because
Yeah.
if he's higher level, because it's only a level 2K.
Oh, that's right.
so
Then I'd increase the level for it.
So 2 levels
So-
of effort to increase that.
Yep, I got a 15 on the die.
That gets him. Chunk, big red cage, chunk.
And what I would do is rush over to the unconscious Deathblade and restrain her somehow. Whether, I don't know if we have like a little utility belt, I could take out some rope or something,
Sure.
or just take some vines from a nearby tree and wrap her up.
There's,
But
yeah,
either
there's,
way,
well, I mean, there's lots of purple thread everywhere.
I don't want to. I saw what it did to him. I don't want to kill her, so I don't want to put that stuff up specifically on her. I would definitely go for something more tame, like an actual natural vine, or just again, if we have rope, I'll just use some rope and just tie her.
we carry industrial zip ties.
There we go. Boom.
You got to
what
be
I do.
able to, tie up bank robbers and stuff. Yeah.
Zip tie her ankles. Zip tie her
Both.
ankles and her knees and her wrists.
As
and
he's
her
saying, as he's saying it, Boundless Bunny is doing exactly that. He goes for the ankles, the knees, the wrists.
The
And yeah,
turtle.
but she's all
never
bound up
gonna
now.
see Monte ever again.
And Dean, are you going to help El Animal?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing. So 11 on a die.
Okay. Yeah, you fry this stuff. I mean, it's pretty fragile. It's just like twine. The hard part was, pulling it off of his face enough that you could crisp it up.
Okay. And
There's
I'm
a little
going-
bits of it left, but between the two of you, you can kind of pull that off and deal with it.
And back actually, I'm gonna bust out that intellect booster. Gives me a additional edge for an hour, and basically that I'll just play that I'm aligning myself again with the boundlessness of creation, so we can find this artifact and get it disconnected from the ground and get it the hell up out of here as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Were we planning on stopping about now, or were we going to go an extra hour? I know
Whatever's
it's
up,
late for you guys.
yeah, whatever's up for you. I mean,
You're
I'm in
fine,
Central,
fine.
so
Yeah.
I'm fine either way.
yes.
All right. Let's go a little more then.
All right.
Nice.